Welcome. We are back after a very long weekend. I hope everybody's okay. We are doing a video later with the football. We're going to do that later on in the evening. We're going to discuss the F1 and what happened. Actually, I'm going to start calling this season the predictable season, because that's what it's getting. This season is becoming predictable. Max Verstappen won again. I thought maybe 2 weeks ago when Sainz got that win, maybe we finally made a turn for the best. But again, it's back to default settings. Max Verstappen, Red Bull 1 and 2 dominating the weekend as always. So I'm going to bring in my co-Q's, my partner in crime. He discusses all my stuff with me. He's my partner in crime on his channel. I'm going to bring him in. Toto. Allah!
Yeah, big up, man.
Big up, Toto. How's it going, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good.
How's your weekend been?
Not so well. Mainly because of Liverpool. Because of that.
We'll discuss that later. Don't worry about that. We'll
discuss that later. But Hammer weekend, if you disregard the game, it's been all right. Nice and quiet. Ain't really been out this weekend because I just want to, rest up. But yeah, overall quiet weekend, and feeling good, man.
Did you enjoy those? Did you enjoy WrestleMania?
Oh, WrestleMania was wicked.
We'll do that video tomorrow, by the way. Whoever's watching, if you like the WWE wrestling, we'll be covering that tomorrow. But yeah, so you've been good all weekend, cool?
Yeah, everything's been good, man. Everything's been good, nice and quiet.
This is the race guy. This is Toto Hammer. If you don't know, Toto Hammer is a go-karter. He wants to be a professional racer. He does his go-karting. I think he's got something this week on. He's gonna try and get some footage of it on his channel. And we're gonna be doing stuff, talking about go-karting and stuff like that in the future. But this is racing. This is where Toto Hammer and me, we excel in the racing subjects because we love racing. I'm gonna look the titles. You can see the title. Getting bored, same results. So, Toto Hammer, I was just saying when we had the last Grand Prix, when Science won, I thought finally with maybe the season's going to go in another direction. Maybe it's not going to be a Red Bull domination like we get every single week or every fortnight, and that's why the TV ratings are tanking, which I'm actually happy about. Why hasn't a team, one single team, especially Mercedes, why isn't Mercedes getting their stuff together? No. I understand about the first season. You get caught out of the first season when the new regulations came in 2022. I get it. When the season started in 2022, maybe you're going to get caught out. I'd even give him the 2023 season. But it's 2024. We are 3 years into the new regulations. And for me, and we say this every single week when we talk about Formula One, we say every single week. It seems like Mercedes are going backwards. That's what it seems to me. It seems like Mercedes are going backwards. So what's your thoughts on this subject? What's your thoughts on what's going on in Formula One? Especially
it's just, I just thought after last race, Ferrari had something. And I thought Ferrari was actually going to run Red Bull close this race. But after seeing how Perez just easily made his way out the pack, he started he didn't even start top 5. Right, and then he just made himself go all the way up to the pack, all the way up to second. Red Bull 1-2 again. I think the constructors is already a wrap.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's a wrap yet.
Constructors can wrap. The constructors can go a different way compared to drivers as individual. Constructors, he's had a teammate's drive.
Yeah.
But after seeing this result, how Red Bull easily got that 1-2, Leclerc couldn't get close. Sainz couldn't get close. Maybe at the beginning, but in the beginning, everyone got safely, except from Albon. In the beginning, everyone got safely, and then Verstappen got away good start. Everyone was just there. There was no action at the beginning of the race. Of course, the Albon thing, which he is okay, but after seeing this Red Bull thing, what you were talking about, it's unbelievable, and I can't believe the FIA ain't doing nothing about it. I think we all know the answer why the FIA isn't doing nothing about it. But
the guy on the right-hand side of the screen.
I just can't believe just letting this happen.
On the left-hand side, if you're watching it on there. Listen, as I see it, look, regarding Mercedes, because I'm going to pinpoint Mercedes because they are absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And it's because of their own doing. Before the new regulations kicked in, there was a guy, I don't know his name. You can look it up. We can discuss it on the debrief this week. There was a guy, and I know this for a fact. This is out in the domain. I just forgot the guy's name. He came to Mercedes and he said to Mercedes, look, the new regulations are changing. It's going to be a ground effect era. I know a lot about this ground effect area. Maybe I can help you out. Mercedes goes, no, we don't need your help, basically. This is what they said. It wasn't word for word, but this is basically what they said. They said, look, we don't need your help. We're fine with Mercedes. We'll be fine. So there's the first mistake they made. The second mistake they made is allowing about 4 or 5 key engineers and key strategists to leave Mercedes. When you do that in a team like that, it gave you so much success, and then people behind it, when you let them go or whatever, for whatever reason, this is the results that we're seeing now. And this is why when it comes to strategy, they're not really on par, not like the way there was back in the day. And Toto Wolff is making statements on the internet and saying, look, we admitted Mercedes, it wasn't being good this weekend. That seems like it's a pattern. Every single weekend, we're hearing these statements, meaningless statements now, because we've heard it before. Let's face it, we've heard these statements over and over and over again. So Toto Wolff says that I admitted the Mercedes are in the process, live testing, as they continue to find their feet in the W15. Now, having changed the concept in 2024, there's the first one. What was we saying at the beginning of 2022? Change your concept. Change your concept. Go the way that Red Bull are going. Go the way that Aston Martin with the cleverest. And I keep going back to this point about Aston Martin. Aston Martin are clever. They knew in 2022, they thought, hold on. This ain't the way we've got to go. We've got to go the way that Red Bull are going. McLaren done the same thing. They went the way Red Bull were going. And this is why you're seeing McLaren up there. And this is why you're seeing Aston Martin going back there. That's because obviously you got Alonso driving the car. So that makes it even better, right? But they didn't listen. Lewis used to say to them, the car's wrong. They didn't listen. And said, no, we know best. We're the engineers. We know best. We're going to go with this way. And this is what happened. They didn't learn in 2022. And at the end of the 2023 season, the penny dropped. Oh yeah, we've gone the wrong way. We've got to go with another concept. And you remember I say to you, look, when they go with a new concept, which is now, they've got to learn it. They're going to learn it all over again. The other teams have got 2 years over Mercedes with this concept car. They know what to do. Mercedes are starting all over again. This is why he's saying the W15 haven't changed the concept. 2024, following 2 challenging seasons with previous design, we have to start again and learn the car over and over again. Now, there's no time to learn the car over again, because in the next year or so, the concept's going to change again. It's going to be a brand new concept. It's going to be brand new regulations, and it's going to be completely different again. So Mercedes, basically, they're naffed. They're naffed for the rest of the season. They're naffed for next season as well. And this is why, in my opinion, Lewis Hamilton has dipped out of this team. That's the only logical explanation why he's done it. Look, because he knows this car's finished.
Yeah, this weekend I thought Mercedes were going to do good, because you saw practice one. You saw, look, I know. I call practice one just practice, but in practice one they got 4 and 5. They were only 4 tenths behind Max. Practice 3, that come 3 and 4, and only 3 tenths. Because Max Verstappen topped the practice 1 and practice 3. You can't really count practice 2 because of the rain, and no one really got a lap. And Piastri got fastest time today. You can't really count practice 2. Practice 1, practice 3. Practice 1, they got 4 and 5. Practice 3, they got 3 and 4. Russell 3rd, Hamilton 4th. And I think these are good results. These are good signs that we could have a good weekend. Japan. There were only 3 tenths behind Max in the fastest laps. And then as soon as it comes to qualifying...
Only because I allowed them to.
It's the same old rubbish. Russell 9th, Hamilton 7th. They've been finishing 7th, 8th, 9th nearly all season. It's like as soon as the race hits, they're a sitting duck. It's literally a free pass. I can't come behind Mercedes. Free pass. You're going to pass them anyway, right? It seems like Hamilton and Mercedes team hasn't got any fight anymore. Because
they are naffed. Because what they should have done is this is what me and you discussed 2 years ago. Me and you on this same podcast, we discussed the same thing 2 years ago. Mercedes should have changed the car at the beginning of the regulations. When they knew their car was wrong, when they went for them big, massive side pods, what looked like boats, lot of speed boats. And everybody was saying, you change your concept. Even stupid Horner said, which I don't even like Horner says, change your car. But they were too stubborn. I thought they knew best. And Lewis Hamilton said that the car was wrong. He said, look, the seat's wrong. I don't know what's going on with my seat. My seat's wrong. I don't fit. You need to put the seat back. Oh, we know best. The engineer says we know best. But the engineers are not driving the car. I'm not saying that engineers are stupid. They're very clever people. And this is why they're in the job they are now. But at the end of the day, the only man what knows how the car feels is the guy who's driving the car. He's the guy who's driving the car. And they were warned, and this is what 2 years, this is what happens when you're on top for so long. You get arrogant, you think you know everything, and you don't. Lewis Hamilton discussed with him, the car is wrong, change your car. If they would have changed their car at the beginning of the 2022 season, the 23 season would have been learning over again, and this season, they would have been ready. They would have been there with McLaren, they would have been there with Aston Martin, they would have been there with Ferrari. But no, they changed the concept this year. So the other, like I said before, the other teams that are at the top now, they've had 2 years with this concept, and now Mercedes are starting all over again. So they're naff, man. They're naff. Next season is just a dead season. Next season, just going to be going through the gears. They're going to come out and they're going to say, oh, we've got a new car, we've got this, we've got that, we've got Lewis Hamilton drive, we've got not Lewis Hamilton because he's going to be at Ferrari. We've got George Russell, we've got a new guy coming in. This is it. This is the new car. This is going to change. It's going to revolutionize racing. It's not revolutionize nothing. At the end of the day, you can't hear, you must feel. And this is why Lewis Hamilton is dipping to Ferrari, because he knows, he saw the writing on the wall. They didn't listen to him. He told them so many times they didn't listen to him, and this is what you're going to get.
And look, all season, before you talk...
I've said what I need to say.
Yeah, I've got one thing to comment on. How many times did Hamilton finish 9th? Look, I'm going to name out the results. Saudi Arabia, you finished 9th.
Yeah.
Bahrain, you finished 7th. So Hamilton all season, really where he's been finishing is 9th and 7th. Yeah. What is going on to this car? What I really want to know.
They're learning the car all over again because it's a new concept, which I should have done 2 years ago. That's exactly the problem.
They do the new concept, and now all of a sudden they can't adapt to that new concept. like you said,
because they've got to learn it all over again. You see, because that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Sorry for interrupting. They're going to be good in the next regulations. They're going to be.
They have to wait till the new regulations start now. Start in 2020. Is it 2026? Yeah, 2026. They've got to wait till then. From now to the end of 2025, they're just dead season. They're just going through the mock. They're going to come out and say, "Oh, we've got this little upgrade. We're bringing this little upgrade to the car." It ain't going to really do anything because it's still going to be in the same packing order. Ferrari's faster than them, and McLaren's faster than them. Standard and Aston Martin is faster than them as well. Alonso, not Lance Stroll, because I think Lance Stroll tapped out anyway. He's ready to go skiing or he's going to take up tennis or whatever he's going to do. He's already tapped out. So it's really Alonso and that Aston Martin. Aston Martin are lucky that Alonso's there, by the way. And they better give him another contract because this guy deserves a contract because he's out-qualifying Lance Stroll. He's outdoing him in points. And the guy is 40-odd years of age. And he's showing no signs of slowing down. I don't know, there's a lot of haters out there who hate Alonso because when he was teamed up with Lewis Hamilton back in the day at McLaren, just can't get over himself. Just let it go. The fact is, he's a brilliant driver and he's one of the best drivers. And he's just a fact. You can hate the guy as much as you want, but Alonso is one badass driver. That's it. That's the only thing with the Formula One fans, right? They get too emotional, when it comes. Oh, this happened 20 years ago. I don't like him anymore. Yeah, but he's still a good driver. Driver. People can say, "Oh, I hate Liverpool. I don't like Liverpool." Yeah, but it's still a good team. You know what I mean? You can't just admit when they're a good driver. So it is what it is. The weekend was a complete look. I want to discuss. This is what I want to discuss. What did you think of this Mercedes thing about the hard tires? When I think they started off on the meet.
I know when Albon went into the red, went into the
again, water, like he did at Australia.
Yeah, I don't know what's going over there with his team, but anyway, what the hard tires? The top five runners were running medium tires, and they were really, really good on them. The hard tire, not so much, but I think the best tire out of this was the mediums. I think the people who started on the hards benefited and going to that medium because you don't know the pit rules are. You need to go if you start on hard, you go to medium or soft. If you start on mediums, you can go to hard or soft. I think the people who benefit starting on the hard tires really, really did good. Look at the top five runners, all on medium tires, right? Mercedes started on the mediums and now went to the hard and looked like their car couldn't handle it. No other teams were complaining about the hard tires. Russell didn't complain about the hard tires, but Hamilton's car, it was like tires are gone, front rear's gone, right rear's gone. And I was saying, okay, Russell's car's fine. What are they doing to Hamilton's car that we don't know about or Hamilton don't know about? Of course, he's leaving into the season. That's why they're probably tinkering with his car, right? But Mercedes and Hamilton is the only ones who are moaning about there's a front rear problem, there's a right rear problem. And if there's front rear problems and right rear problems, there must be an unbalance in the car. Yeah. There must be an unbalance in the car. Look at that. I'm always going to go for my reference about Alpine. Their car is so unbalanced, they know they're not going to get anywhere this season.
They're finished.
They're finished, right? But Mercedes, it seems like Russell's car's fine. Russell can actually get into some battles during the race. During the end of the race, he came up behind Oscar Piastri. He passed Oscar Piastri as well and got himself a 7th. But you see, like Hamilton, he comes to the race, his tyres are always dead. That could be down to balance issues. And it seemed like he's just a stalemate in the crowd. It's a free pass. How many times he finished? I'm going to say it again. How many times he finished 9th this season? It must be something going on back there in the team, I don't know what you think. I think there's something going back in the team. Or
listen, they usually when go on.
And Hamilton isn't.
Usually when you got a driver is on the way out, usually the guy what's staying there, which is Russell, is going to be their future driver, as they keep talking about. He usually gets all the strategy. Anything new coming to the car, he'll get it first because obviously the other guy, which is Lewis Hamilton, is on the way out. You'll start seeing that round about Silverstone. He won't, at the end of a race where you have like debriefs and stuff like that and discussions about Lewis Hamilton won't be in the meetings because he's going to Ferrari. They've got to protect their interests, and their interest is Mercedes and George Russell. So if they've got any new things coming to the car next year or coming to this car this year, Lewis Hamilton won't be in the meetings because Lewis Hamilton is on the way out. That's how it goes. And he's probably starting that already. It seems like Russell's car, like he said, he's more balanced than Lewis is. Lewis said something which I've never heard a driver say in Formula One since I've been watching it. I'm not sure if anybody's heard this before, apart from Lewis. When Lewis says, he actually come on the radio and he said to the team, "Do you want George to pass me? I can move over for George." I've never ever heard a driver ever say that. And when Lewis Hamilton said that, I thought to myself, he don't care. He don't care about this season. He knows his car's not getting anywhere. He knows the car is a wrap. He's coming out in the press conference. He said 2 weeks had the car. There's a lot of work to do on this car. And you think Mercedes at the back and not watching him. You think they're not watching Lewis Hamilton on TV and saying, look at the way he's talking about the car already. Because usually Lewis always comes out and says, "Oh yeah, we had a bad weekend, but I think we got a lot. I think we're going to be good in the future. I think when we start putting some upgrades, I think we got a great team. I think we're going to keep pushing, and eventually we're going to get results." That's Lewis Hamilton usually every weekend. But the last weekend, like 2 weeks ago, he was saying, the car is just the same as last year. Nothing's changed, and it's a different rhetoric coming from Lewis Hamilton. So you can see Lewis Hamilton is reminds of Lewis Hamilton 2012. Not as extreme as 2012. I actually wish he went back to 2012, Lewis, when he was extreme the way he was calling out McLaren. I want him to do that more, just to say, you know what I mean, this car's not good. But we all know by looking at Lewis Hamilton. But there's one thing we can say about Lewis Hamilton. When you see Lewis Hamilton giving his interviews, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and you can actually usually see what he's thinking. Especially if you're a psychologist and you look at Lewis Hamilton and you're good at the body language, you could actually look at him and say, yeah, he doesn't care. He's tapped out. He's ready for Ferrari. My man's taking videos on his Instagram, walking past a Ferrari garage with flipping red T-shirt on, red jackets. Every minute he's walking around with red, and he's walking past the Ferrari garage. If that's not a hint, right, that he doesn't care about Mercedes, yeah, I don't know what he's. So the weekend was a wrap. I think what really surprised me is the way Charles drove. He had the medium tyres up. I think Lewis and Russell started off on the medium tyres. Then obviously you had that big crash with Albon. Then they all came in, changed the tyres. Finger went on the medium tyres, Charles Leclerc. And the two Mercedes guys went on the hard, which didn't work. They just ended up in the same position, so it didn't work. We knew it was going to be a two-stop at Suzuka. They was trying to do a one-stop. It didn't work. Hard tyres didn't work. But I have to admit, when they did do it, when they did put the hard tyres on, I thought maybe it might work. But as the race progressed, you could see it wasn't going to work. So, but Charles Leclerc, for me, he stole the show because he was on the medium tyres and he made the medium tyres last. I don't know how he done it, but he made it last, and that's why he ended up getting the fourth place. Now, if he would, when he gambled to stay on the medium tyres for that long, if that wouldn't have worked out, he could have slipped down to about 7th or 8th. But because he let the medium tyres last, that's why he ended up the way it is. Carlos Sainz with the third place. Happy for Carlos Sainz. I think that was a good result for him here, because we all know Red Bull, this is their track, really. Suzuka, it's Honda country. We knew what was going to happen. It is what it is. But it's the same old thing. Max Verstappen first, Sergio Perez second. You know what I mean? I'm going to read out the results now, how it finished. Max Verstappen first, Sergio Perez. Let me just bring this around here. Max Verstappen first, Sergio Perez second, Carlos Sainz third, fourth, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, fourth place. Lando Norris fifth place. Sixth place, Fernando Alonso. Seventh place, George Russell. Eighth place, Oscar Piastri. Ninth place, Lewis Hamilton. Seventh place, Yuki Tsunoda. 11th place, Nico Hülkenberg. 12th place, Lance Stroll. 13th place, Kevin Magnussen. 14th place, Valtteri Bottas. 15th place, Esteban Ocon. 16th place, Pierre Gasly. 17th place, Logan Sargent. And the 3 DNS, one new Joe. He had to retire his car during the race. Then Ricciardo, because at the beginning, and Alex Albon, again, the DNF, all at the beginning. So that's the F1. You know what I mean? F1 weekend, predictable as always. Commentators tried to sell it as always, like they always do in the weekend. Weren't having it. Even Crafty come out on the radio and says, "Oh, look, Max Verstappen first, win second." And I think Anthony says no. That's to say, being sarcastic, like who would ever thought that Max Verstappen would get first? So even the commentators know this. Even the commentators are actually scared coming out and saying how the weekend was a flop. I didn't watch Ted's Notebook, which I love watching Ted's Notebook. I haven't watched that yet. I'm gonna go and watch that later and study that a bit, because when we could talk about the debrief in a week. We can go over it more about strategy and stuff like that. But apart from that, what did you think of the weekend and what's your opinion on it before we wrap up? Because there's nothing really to discuss because we knew what was going to happen anyway.
I think it was really. I said I thought Mercedes were going to do good. They have really, really good practice sessions. But it seems like when it comes to the qualifying pace is nowhere. The race pace is nowhere. I don't know how they set up the car. I don't know if they set up a race trim. I don't know if they set up a qualifying trim. There's rumours going out now and saying that Lewis Hamilton set his car up for qualifying. Doesn't really seem like it makes a difference. Look, the best chance is Mercedes going to get if they set their car up for race trim. Even that won't even help because I think Russell has his car set up for race trim because every time he hits the race, he's got quicker race pace than Hamilton. So he probably sets up his car for the race, but still finishes 7th, 6th, rubbish positions. As if you've been a Mercedes fan for a long time, of course, me and you has been a Mercedes fan for a long time. You should know that the standards are really high. Mercedes should be one of the top teams, win after win after win, domination of the season. But now they're just taking a mick with it now about Red Bull. They're just taking a mick with it. How many years is it going to be this domination? Of course, you got the new regulations.
These regulations are the next regulation when it changes again, then it'll be hopefully Ferrari. It won't be Red Bull, but it's always another team. When the regulations changes, you had the Ferrari era, and then when that regulation changed, you had the Red Bull era. When that regulation changed, you had the Mercedes era, and hopefully when this changes, it goes back to Ferrari again. Can you see how it's gone through the motions? Like one team, then one team. Then it's going to be hopefully Ferrari. I think Ferrari's going to hit this regulation coming up soon. This is why I'll probably discuss it with Lewis. This is the way we're going to come to our team. This is what we're going to provide. So I don't think Lewis Hamilton would have just jumped ship like that. He wouldn't have just, I want to wear the red. I want to go to Ferrari now. Lewis is more clever than that. He probably saw the future of the way it was going. Just like what Niki Lauda explained to him when he went to Mercedes in 2013. He said, look, this is the way we're going. You want to come to Mercedes? And everybody thought, what are you going to Mercedes for? Lewis knew why he was going to Mercedes. We never knew, but Lewis knew. And then when 2014 came, the era was a wrap. Same thing when Red Bull had their time as well. So hopefully Mercedes and Ferrari do when the regulation changes, it's them on top. So that's it, man. So anything to discuss, Toto, before we go about the Formula One? Because I know I want you to talk a bit more. If you've got anything to say, you can say it, and then we can wrap this video up, and then later on we can do our thing.
Yeah, the thing, I know this is just a Mercedes-based video, just talking about Mercedes, but
no. We are a racing channel. We talk about racing.
Yeah.
The reason why we're talking about Mercedes, if you're watching this on the playback, anybody, the reason why we're talking about Mercedes because they're the team that were the worst on the track. This is what would we talk about? What would we talk about? Red Bull and Red Bull 1. We want to talk about the teams up at the back as well.
Yeah. There's 3 points I want to go up about. There's one about Russell. Mercedes are struggling with turbulence down the back straight, lap 33. Did you catch that one, Solo, during the race?
What? Carry on.
Russell had turbulence problem down the main straight. And
no, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I was watching the race, and then Russell was saying about there was turbulence at the back straight. The wind, they couldn't handle the wind, the car, so they had turbulence problems. So it really, really hampered the straight line speed down that main straight. But I think Russell overall looked decent in the race. I think he was actually getting into battles more. He actually passed Oscar Piastri because he's got his car set up for race trim. Plus, I think, in my opinion, I don't know about you, so I think Russell has the better car than Lewis because Lewis on the way out. But Russell had, I say, a decent race. He came from 9th, finished 6th, so gained 3 positions. Had a decent race, Russell. Bagged some good points. So Russell struggling with turbulence. Let's hope that's not a problem coming into the season. I saw Mercedes will fix that, but turbulence problems down the main straight because of the wind. How fast these cars go, I got to sort that out because that's going to hamper the straight line speed. Second point, I don't know why Sainz went really, really long on the mediums. Like when everyone was pitting, why didn't Sainz pit like a lap or 2 laps after? I don't know why.
Those went long on the mediums. It benefited him.
I know, but Sainz was locking up. His front rears were gone. His rear end was gone. He was locking up that chicane because he wanted to go long in the mediums, and it didn't really work out. And he was still losing time
But come on, let's face it. Yeah, even if we would have went the other route and it would have pitted a little bit early, he still would have got third place. You know, he was never going to beat the Red Bulls. He was never going to beat the Red Bulls. Never. Not here at the Suzuka. This is their home. You know, this is Honda country. There's no way. It doesn't matter what Ferrari would have done. He wouldn't have beat the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls had this race wrapped from the beginning. They were the favourites to win it anyway, not because it's at Suzuka. So I think Sainz done okay. I thought Charles Leclerc's strategy was the best. He made it work. He made the medians go on longer. But we'll talk about that more in the debrief. Actually, we can make that about the debrief. We'll talk about the Ferrari, and then we could talk about other stuff as well. But apart from that, nice to see you again, Toto. I'll see you in about an hour. We're going to do that football video. So we'll talk about the Liverpool game. So, yeah, man, big up to everybody. Remember, if you're watching this on the playback, remember to hit that subscribe button. Remember, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can scan that QR code in the corner, buy me a coffee. You're not obligated to do it, like I said. You're not obligated, but it's there if you want to support the channel. Big up to everybody. Big up to the man. Big up to everybody like Formula One. We will be back later to discuss the Liverpool-Manchester United game. And that's it, man. Big up to everybody. We'll just hit this trailer and we'll be off. See you later, guys. Where is it gone? Yeah, see you later, guys. Big up. See you later, Toto. See you in about an hour. Big up.